All right, welcome everybody. Video Guys Newsday Tuesday. Tuesdays 2 o'clock. You give us 15 to 30 minutes. We're going to tell you about the products we sell, new technologies, industries, trends, things that are going on. Today's show, all about Atomos. Atomos field monitors and recorders. You know, Atomos has been around for a long time. They pretty much invented this category, or at least were an early pioneer in it. And what's happened over the last 6 months is nothing short of remarkable. Not just because the products are breakthrough technology products, but it's just exploded how these are everywhere now. And I think a big part of it is that you guys have gotten back to basics and you're back to 5-inch. So who I have on the other screen is Travis Sims from Atomos. He's their West Coast sales rep. He was kind enough to come on the show with us. Hey, Travis, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Cool. Tell us a little about what you do for Atomos.
I'm head of business development on the U.S. side for Atomos. So a lot of what I'm doing now is a lot of B2B enterprise stuff. I deal with a lot of the clients who are actually interacting with the product on a daily basis, kind of figuring out, you know, what their stories are, the things that they're doing, and I'm out there kind of helping them in the field, making sure that they're making the best use of their Atomos product.
So you're like hitting some of the studios and some of the smaller call letter stations and other people like that. Ooh, you guys are throwing me. Okay, we're good? All right. I want to start with talking about what's gone on, the revolution in 5-inch. You know, we had the Ninja V, the Ninja 5 introduced end of last year, our product of the year for 2018. Now you guys come along and you say, you know what? We can do even better than that. And I want to cut to this camera if we can, guys. This is the new Shinobi product. The Shinobi is a field monitor only. I think you got 2 cameras in there, guy. Oh, we lost the key. We're going to try. There we are. This is a super small, super thin field monitor, 5-inch HDR, 4K. I'm not going to say it's 1,000,000 nits, but I believe it's 1,500 nits. Travis, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this has just created an explosion in Atomos sales, because I think what a lot of people want is they have a small camera, DSLR, a single lens, you know, and they want to put something on it. And the 7-inch monitors, where they're really cool, they're just a lot bigger. And not everyone's got the room for it. And what you've done is you've come out with monitors that are small and sleek, and that's really great. We're excited about that. So tell us a little bit about the Shinobi and the cousin that just launched, the Shinobi SDI.
Sure. So it's actually 1,000 nits for the 5-inch,
okay.
1,500 for the 7-inch monitors. But even still, I mean, that's an extremely high bright monitor for, you know, your outdoor purposes, not needing a sun hood. Being able to see it in direct sunlight. So in terms of kind of why we came to market with Shinobi, it was really all about the fact that there are a lot of people that are out there, especially in the mirrorless and the DSLR world, who are utilizing 5-inch monitors, but don't necessarily need the recorder functionality that we get with the Ninja 5. So what the Shinobi is offering for people is basically a more cost-effective option, getting all the same great tools that you get in the Atomos. So all the scopes that you're used to having, all the HDR functionality, basically being able to preview everything as you would, including importing 3D LUTs, but at the same time, you're getting something that's going to be much brighter than the onboard monitor that you have on your camera. So most people there are also using it for things like HDR photo viewing with the new Panasonic S1, the fact that you can do HLG photos and being able to view that on a source that's a true HDR source. The Shinobi gives you that option.
Yeah, and you know, I think you hit on the nail on something that's real important. If you know how to use any Atomos field monitor recorder, you can use any other. It's really the same menus, the same interface, the same feature set. What determines what's different is just, can it record, can it not record? Is it 5-inch, is it 7-inch? Is the input HDMI or is it SDI? So it's all that great technology, which I think is really important, because I know a lot of people sometimes rent gear. And now you know, if you're going to rent gear and you know how to use an Atomos, always get that Atomos from your favorite rental house. I mean, I personally hope you buy one from Video Guys, but a lot of people rent and we get that as well. So once again, 1,000 nits, super small 5.2-inch screen, 4K HD input, the Shinobi, and now the Shinobi is available with an SDI version as well. Now, the product that I fell in love with last year, that I keep calling my product of the year, and it only keeps getting better and better, is the Ninja 5. Now, the Ninja 5 is on sale for $695. It's a 5-inch 4K P60 1,000 nit field monitor recorder that supports ProRes RAW, but even more importantly now, you can add SDI for just $200 through the AtomX expansion products. And I just think that's so cool what you guys have done with this modular, I'm going to call it a Lego approach. I know I'm oversimplifying, but it's great how you can have a Atomos device, and now there's these future accessories coming that expand features, usability, lifetime of the product. I mean, just a great job. Talk a little bit about the AtomX stuff, because it's just so exciting.
Yeah, really, this was kind of an idea that had come out of the fact that, every couple of years, it seems like everybody's coming out with a new monitor or a new version. And there's a lot of people that have been lifelong Atomos users who have kind of been in that mode of, oh, there's a new monitor, new function, and they have to, upgrade. So kind of the modularity aspect of it all was kind of giving somebody a platform that they could start with and that we could kind of build upon. So with the AtomX line, it's not just modules, it's everything from accessories for your monitors, it's sun hoods, it's the card readers, it's cages. Yeah, let's bring
you keep going. I just want to bring this up full screen because we got some pictures of what we've got. So just what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got cages now, we've got arms, we've got a lot of mounting accessories, hot shoe mounts. So there's going to be a number of things that'll be branded AtomX that are essentially not just accessories that we make, but these are also accessories that partners of ours are manufacturing and making. And that AtomX brand is really all about saying that this is an approved product that we want people to use.
Yeah, you're really creating an ecosystem around your own products, which is really cool because your products are kind of accessories to cameras already. So I think it's a really smart thing. We've always had all kinds of different cables and taps and stuff like that, but I like where you're going with this expansion. But I just want to go through the Ninja 5, if we can bring this up full screen to go over the full specs real quickly. For $695, 4K P60, 12 gigabyte. HD P240, 6.9 seconds of pre-roll, 150 minutes recorded on a terabyte, 1,000 nits, 10-bit HDR. This thing is the real deal. It is a best-selling product. I was concerned when the Shinobi came out that, people would be like, which one should I get? But you know what? People know if they want a recorder, they get the recorder. If they don't want a recorder, they don't. It's really that simple. It's two great products, your choice depending on the features that you need for your workflow. All right, Travis, I want to kick this one off to you, and we're going to go with you in this slide. Tell everyone about the great deal that's going on, the NAB deal that's going through the spring on the Infernos, the Shogun, and the Ninja Inferno.
Absolutely. So, this is a bundle that was so popular that we went ahead and extended it out a little bit further. So essentially, we've got two different packages right now when it comes to, some savings. The Ninja Inferno, which is a great option as an HDMI only complement that is a 7-inch. It's going to give you the same functionality that you get from all the other great products that we have. And then additionally, the Shogun Inferno, which has probably been one of our best sellers in the 7-inch line. It's the top of the line of the series. It's going to be the one that's going to allow you to do ProRes RAW, multiple inputs in terms of SDI. It's going to give you, basically all of the functionality that you would potentially want from any camera. You'll be able to get that through the Shogun Inferno, and we've dropped the price down on that down to $999.
Yeah, the Shogun Inferno is a 7-inch monitor, which I really love. This is the Inferno, so it's the Shogun, so it's got the SDI. The Inferno has HDMI, but once again, I just want to let people see, the difference here. It's based on your gear and what your workflow and your rig is on what you're going to go, whether you can go with a Ninja, Shinobi, or an Inferno. But the Infernos are by far and away the best-selling, best-performing field monitor. It's 7 inches. The extra resolution, the extra space, the extra screen size is useful if your rig supports it. But under $1,000 to get this product, this is a home run must-have. If you're shooting off of a big rig professionally, you want to get yourself this product. If your camcorder only has HDMI out, by all means, you can just get the Ninja Inferno. But for the extra $200 to get SDI, I just think it's a no-brainer. It's just a great product, and kudos once again to the whole team. I'm trying to balance this thing and looking crazy, but I'm coming back now. All right. Also, what we got to talk about is the accessories, which are real important, and these are the two kits we have. So we have the Power Kit and we have the Accessory Kit. Travis, why don't you tell us about what's in each one?
Sure. In terms of the Power Kit, so you're getting basically the standard, starter set for what you need in terms of power. So you're getting the 2 MPF batteries that you're going to need to go ahead and power up the back of any of the monitors that we have in our line. You're additionally going to get the battery charger and the power supply. With the accessory kit, this is kind of the complementary everything that you might want if you're out there in the field, the basic accessories from our line. So that's going to give you the flight case, so a nice Pelican case there. You're going to get the HDR sun hood, so you'll be able to clap that on right away. You're going to get the master caddies, all the USB docking station pieces. So if you're going to buy your own media and go ahead and lock that in, you've got all the accessories there. And additionally, all the power chargers, battery chargers, excuse me, the power supplies, basically everything that you need to get up and running, the stuff that does not come out of the box with the kit as you get it.
Cool. And I just want to remind people, we're doing this show now, but on an almost regular basis, we're offering some kind of bundle deals or offers where, you can get a power kit or an accessory kit at a discount with the purchase of your Inferno. So by all means, if you give us a call on the phone, there's nothing we can publish right now, but you're looking for a Ninja or Shogun Inferno, you're looking for a power kit accessory kit, give us a call at 800-323-2325, and we'll be sure to hook you up with a special deal and a little bit of additional savings, if that's okay with you, Travis.
I think we'll be all right with that.
All right. Now I want to talk about some special bundles that we put together with our friends over at X-Rite. X-Rite is color. It's more than, it makes your color monitor be perfectly synced to the proper color, temperature, colors, theme that you're working on. For people who color is super duper important. There's a lot of you out there, so we put these bundles together. Travis, what do you think about X-Rite?
A fantastic partner, first of all, but a really necessary product for people that are on the pro side, especially any of those people that are going to be using these monitors as some sort of secondary reference for post-production work. The X-Rite's fantastic. It's simple to use, connects right up. You put it right on the front of the screen, and you're able to do a lot of what you would do with some of these monitors that are, exponentially higher in terms of price and cost. But it gives you that same functionality to make sure that your monitor's on the mark in terms
of a broadcast monitor. So I want to roll a little video, a minute from a video that we're going to roll now, so folks can get a little bit better feel what we're talking about.
A mandatory feature in pro monitors in production and post houses around the world is calibration. The reason for this is, regardless of the technology, monitors drift in color accuracy over time. This can distort the way you shoot, giving you a false sense of what your camera is capturing. This principle continues further down the pipeline. Once you ingest your rushes and prepare for your edit and color grade, you want to be sure that what you shot and monitored in the field is accurately displayed in your post environment. Atomos are the only monitor and recorder brand that offers calibration on their panels. In partnership with calibration experts X-Rite, you can use the i1 Display Pro to calibrate your Atomos monitor to represent a true D65 white point. When shooting using an X-Rite color checker, in this case the Passport Video, you can be assured that you've nailed your white balance. Another quick check to confirm this between calibrations is to look at the vector scope on your Atomos monitor. For more information, go to...
Cool. Well, for more information, check out these bundles that we have. We can bring these first bundles up full screen. I'm going to go through them, and Travis, feel free to jump in even when you're not on screen on this. But we've got a bundle with the Shinobi and the X-Rite color monitor that gets you the Shinobi, the X-Rite, and the special link cable that connects them all together for $657.99, or you can get the Ninja V color panel for $953. That gives you the Ninja V, power supply, master caddy, Atomos USB serial link, and the X-Rite Display Pro. And then we've got bundles with the Infernos, the Shogun Inferno at $1257.99, or the Ninja Inferno at $1057.99. These bundles give you everything you need to get started with the X-Rite, with the color calibration. And once again, I want to stress the importance of the color calibration, because I think people miss that a little bit. And that is the great thing about RAW and HDR is the color space that you get when you start using these technologies together. But if everything's not calibrated correctly, the person doing the color and the person doing the shooting can end up in very different places, which they'll eventually get to the right place, but it'll make it that much more work. So if everything's calibrated correctly from the start, now doing that color, if you're going to do some grading or some manipulation or some other stuff on purpose, it's just that much easier because you're starting with what you expect to start with. And that's really critical. People are on DaVinci Resolve and other tools, Avid Symphony, to do their color grading, and the better and more accurate your color is, the better that job is. It's just that simple. You will save countless hours if you're doing any kind of color grading if you first calibrate your monitors before working.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
I think. Whoa.
These are rugged, fortunately, folks.
I was going to say, we're just doing some crash testing there. The really brilliant part about having something like this available to you at this level is that you're starting off at that point where you know that what you're going to get as you work the rest of the way through is accurate. And as anybody who's trying to make that transition into the professional side of this industry will know, that as you're making that transition, these are kind of standard procedures, standard processes with all monitors, with all systems across the entire spectrum of what you're doing when you're shooting. So being able to do that at a 7-inch mark, being able to do that right at the get-go, making sure that everything is as accurate and as matched as what you're seeing on every other screen on set, it's pretty critical.
Cool. I want to flip gears a little bit now, and I want to talk about ProRes RAW. ProRes RAW was something that really Atomos and Apple brought to the world NAB 2018. We were all super excited about it. You were launching products that were ProRes RAW compatible. You've opened up a level of performance for a whole plethora of cameras from Panasonic, Sony, and others. But I'm going to be a little honest with you. I was hoping at this year's show to see a lot more ProRes RAW announcements. I was hoping that maybe like Adobe and Avid would jump on board. Now, they've all kind of admitted they're getting there, but they're not there yet. And then I was also hoping to hear other companies, jumping on board with it. I was excited because Telestream with their Switch product now has the ability to convert in and out of ProRes RAW, which I thought was very important for Switch Pro. But tell me a little bit about the news at NAB on ProRes RAW and where you think it's going over the next 6 months between now and the IBC show, let's say.
Sure. We're working with a number of partners, and additionally the ProRes team, the team over at Apple, they've been working with a number of people. So there were some announcements there. Edius, Scratch, there's a number of programs from a grading perspective that are incorporating. There's also, as you mentioned, there's a number of NLEs, a number of other programs, a number of other manufacturers that we've been working with, status, timelines, things of that nature. I can tell you that they're in flux, they're moving. But as anyone who well remembers kind of the rollout of the original ProRes codec, it's one of those things that, it takes a fair amount of time, but eventually, they will get there. So there was a lot on that front. But in terms of people that are actually shooting with it, content creators who are actually working with it on a frequent basis, really that's kind of been the growth that we've seen. We see the potential with it from a lot of post-production houses who have given us a lot of fantastic feedback. So there's definitely more to come in the near future, but definitely moving in the right direction.
Awesome. And we couldn't be talking about the Atomos product line without talking about the big kahuna, the Sumo. Now, we actually use a Sumo 19 as part of our production system. I actually, when I'm looking straight at the head of the camera, it's a Sumo that's like my reference monitor, but also we use it to record the output of our show directly into ProRes. So now if we have to do a little bit of cleanup through Adobe Premiere or Avid, we can just get that big file in there, quickly touch it up. We still have the ISO streams, which we'll have to transcode, but we love it as part of the workflow. And I know that a lot, not just the Sumo, but a lot of your field recorders are being used in some clever ways. I know there's gamers are using it for no latency recording of their gaming and stuff like that. So 4K recording is a cool thing, and no one does it better than Atomos.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that was really great about NAB this year for us was the announcements that so many people have been waiting for, which is asynchronous switching with the Sumo 19. So we're now at a point with a firmware update that's on the horizon in the next couple of weeks to being released. But basically, that's going to allow people to go ahead and use the quad switching functionality minus any sort of Genlock source. So that's a huge, huge, huge step for us. The fact that you'll be able to automatically plug in 4 streams of HD and go ahead and start utilizing that switching firmware right away.
Yeah, I think that's a crucial thing. You were kind of showing, I felt you were showing that feature a little premature because we kind of moved away from Genlock as an industry because we have all these digital mixers and stuff like that. So with the new feature set that you guys were showing in NAB, which is, you just hit a camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. It's just that simple for basic switching. I look at a church environment where it's going to be a volunteer running the show. Not everyone can afford to get a TriCaster going on all their stuff. Plus, they don't necessarily have people who can run it. One of my questions is and Jeremy hinted at this, is they going to be the ability to like import a bug or a graphic into that mix out of the Sumo?
It's definitely something that's been requested, and it's definitely something that they are looking into on the development side. So I wouldn't say no at this point. But again, one of those things that obviously in terms of new feature sets is on the list of things that people are requesting.
And once again, the Sumo 19 can work with the X-Rite as well. So now if you're going to use the Sumo 19 as part of your post-production workflow, you can make sure those monitors are perfectly calibrated and synced up. So just another cool way that Atomos creates workflows that are evolutionary, revolutionary, and just plain old cool. All right, there was a new product you were showing that I always get nervous about showing something new on our show that's not shipping. But this thing was so cool. It's called the Shogun 7. It's really aimed at the people who are using cinema level cameras. So we're talking about guys shooting on a Red camera, guys shooting on an Arri, guys shooting on a Blackmagic Cinema camera, the Panasonic Panaflexes. Now, I know right now, I think you're announcing only support for Arri, but I know in the long run there's going to be a lot more. And what really makes this monitor so cool is you're adding the two-way communication. So not only is it going to show you the video that's on there, but it's going to kind of talk to the camera so that the camera controls and the camera feedback can be brought to you on the monitor as well. So tell us a little bit more about it, but first and foremost, tell us, when do you think this puppy's going to ship, Travis?
Well, in terms of shipping, our best estimate at this point is we're hoping sometime towards the middle of the summer here. So,
cool.
We're rapidly approaching those months, and I would fully expect us to be able to meet that mark. In terms of kind of what was special about this for us, you mentioned it, a lot of the metadata support for a multitude of cameras. So the idea here is that not just across your RAW codec options, but any of the other codec options that you're shooting to, standard ProRes, DNx, HR, HD, being able to go to any of those options and actually have a full metadata report, lens information, ISO information, all the sensor info that you want, all directly tagged onto those files. So that's a big portion of it. But really with the Shogun 7, the big thing about that is the fact that it has Dolby Vision support. So moving forward with our monitors, to a lot of people who kind of maybe new to working in this side or the pro side.
Tell us what Dolby Vision is.
Well, with Dolby Vision, what it is it's all about a metadata preview for your HDR. So most people would probably recognize it if they're watching anything at home on their HDR consumer panel and they're watching Netflix at home and they notice in the top right-hand corner something pops up that says Dolby Vision. So there's a number of HDR standards that are out there. Dolby Vision is just one of those. With Dolby Vision, essentially it's scene by scene, frame by frame metadata reading for HDR. I won't get into the science of it, but essentially what you need to know from the Shogun 7 side of things is that now when you're exporting or you're playing back that footage, you can use the Shogun 7 to actually connect to a Dolby certified panel. So if you have a TV at home that is a Dolby Vision panel, you can actually watch the footage that you just shot with all that metadata applied. So you're seeing a HDR flow that may be may be what you need as you work all the way through.
So one of the things I heard that's cool about Dolby Vision is like if I'm a guy who loves Netflix with 4K movies, but I also love watching my sports, the settings are very different to optimize one or the other. Now the program would tell the TV, you want to be in this setting to have it look the way the producer, director, the screen, the person who made the movie intended it, or the way the person shooting the sport intended it.
Exactly. I mean, now it's putting you in a position where beforehand, when you're working with HDR, you're playing that HDR footage back. A lot of the time you're working within an HLG or a PQ space, so that does a fair amount of research on your part to kind of figure out what does my TV actually accept and what are the settings that I need. Most of these new displays now are all Dolby Vision certified, like I said. So as you kick that out, you want to watch it in HDR, in an optimal HDR, Dolby Vision's right there for you.
Cool. Now, Travis, I want to thank you for coming on the program with us. Can we bring this up full screen? Because this guy looks like a movie star, like he's coming off the cast of The Avengers or something. I just love this shot of Travis. So for all you young ladies out there, I'm sorry, he's spoken for, but probably the best looking guest we've ever had on the program, Travis. And we still didn't set the bar very high, but you did a good job. So thank you so much for coming on the show, Travis from Atomos. I want to recap a little bit about this show because I think it's real important. We have the Shinobis and we have the Ninja 5s in stock, guys. These are the 5-inch monitors. They're here. You can get them today for immediate shipment. We've got the Shogun and Ninja Infernos in stock at special prices. The Shogun Inferno at $999, under $1,000. The Ninja Inferno at $799. We've got accessory kits and power kits. We've got all the AtomX Accessories shipping. I don't think we have the SDI one in, but we've got them in. We're holding the stock. So if you've got any questions about any of the Atomos stuff, give us a call at 800-323-2325. Ask for me, ask for Jim. Ask for Oliver, ask for Adam, ask for Janice. We're here. We use these products. We use these products as part of our shows. We shoot when we're out in the field with them. They're great products. We love them. We're not Atomos experts like Travis is, but I think we're the next best thing. We're human beings. We use the product. We can tell you why we love it. And by all means, give us a call. Go to our website. We've got them in stock. Travis, thank you so much for being on the show. Now's the point where normally we go to questions and stuff like that, but now we're going to talk about what's next on the next show. And we don't have to bring this up full screen because the truth of the matter is we've blown just about every show on our schedule since NAB because, as you know, Travis, it's not always easy to get people from the vendors available this time of year because you guys are busy doing road shows, going out to customers, making sure people understand what the new NAB announcements are. But we're looking forward to 3 shows in the near future. One, Matrox Monarch with Frank Scartozzi talking about the verticals where it's being used. It's an encoder recorder. Let's see storage solutions, professional workflows, and the new Avid Media Composers coming in. Of course, we're going to have our NAB highlight shows with clips from the shows. We had a professional film crew out there shooting at all the booths, interviewing people. So Travis, thank you so much for coming on the show. Atomos HDR 4K, full 4K, P60, HDR, ProRes RAW, field monitors, field recorders, 5-inch, 7-inch, the 19-inch Sumo. It's all available for you. Travis, thanks for being on the show. This is Gary from Video Guys. We kept it under 25 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can watch us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, follow us on YouTube, come to our website, come to our blogs. Tuesdays, 2 p.m., you give me 25 to 30 minutes. I'm going to teach you all about some new products, some new technology, maybe get a vendor on, some friends on. So Travis, once again, give us a wave goodbye, and you can do it with me. This is Gary from Video Guys. Peace.
Video Guys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.